So there's a big part of what we study in public health. We call them social determinants of health. It's a concept that everything a person does, everything in their lives affect the way their health is. So, safe and secure housing, monetary issues. So if you're not making enough money, that you're worried about where your next meal is coming from, you're not going to be worried about whether that meal is nutritious or not. You're not going to be worried about whether you're getting exercise.
You're aware of this? I mean, this is something that the health inspector...
Yes, this is all part of what falls under the health department. So we call it the community health and social determinants of health. Substance abuse is a problem as well, and I'm looking to partner up with the Chief Pittman, to work together to find a non-intrusive, safe, and effective method of addressing opioid and substance abuse on the island. Those two things, social determinants of health, opioid and substance abuse, those are high on my priority list for what I've seen on the island.
Do you get hired for a certain amount of time? Is your contract for so many years?
I'm actually an at-will employee. So
what?
I am at will. So,
which means what?
Which means I don't have a contract. I am hired based on my performance.
Okay. So you could be fired at any time?
Tomorrow.
and the selectman would do that, or would that be Libby Gibson?
I respond directly to the town manager.
Okay, to Libby. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's very interesting. Now, you had brought up in the past month or so something about a lot of people are renting houses.
Yes.
Renting their houses now.
Yes.
You see less guest houses here, which used to be here, rooms, and they're renting the whole house.
Yes.
Are you responsible for that as well? I mean, how do you control that?
All rentals, all housing in general, is subject to the state of Massachusetts Housing Code, which is a public health code. So regardless of whether we're permitting them, as the suggested bylaw for Airbnbs was, therefore, regardless of whether they're permitted or not, we have to inspect them based on either complaints or permitting. So all of the lodging houses, you know, we inspect the White Elephant, we inspect the lodging houses for Stop and Shop, we inspect all Nantucket Inn, everything, whole 9 yards, we inspect all of them. And so it's only fair that we would try to connect with people who are renting out their properties to the public.
Right.
They are subject to the housing code.
All right. Well, we'll talk a little bit more here.
Sounds good. We condemned a property recently where a person was living in a shed. No running water, no bathroom.
You're going to see that a lot, though.
Exactly.
In the summertime.
And
I mean, you're going to have to walk
illegal.
a really... it is illegal, I know, but maybe you're not going to have to walk a fine line, but there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people count on that money from renting to kids, or people who work in the service industry.
Absolutely, but what it comes down to is you have to take your cost to benefit ratio here, your risk ratio.
Of course.
If you get caught renting one of these,
is there a fine?
We can fine you $300 per day, all the way back to the day that we know the person was living there. So if the person has proof that he or she has been living there for 20 days, we can fine that person $6,000 for 20 days.
Has anybody ever been fined yet?
The person that we condemned recently, we fined that person. Unfortunately, we only knew of them for the 1 day, so they only got the $300 fine. But they got fined. And then the house from this past summer, we also fined. For every day that the violation exists, we're allowed to fine them for it. For every violation that we see.
Okay, let's talk about the restaurants and stuff like that. I mean, your season's coming.
Yep.
I mean, you get, right, as soon as they open up, are you there? Is that the way it works?
We do an opening inspection for every restaurant. Every single kitchen that's permitted with us on the island, we do an opening inspection for.
All right, and then do you do surprise inspections too?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We bring in seasonal employee as well.
Okay, so it's you, Art.
It's myself, Art, Kathy LaFave. She is our inspector as well.
All right.
And then we seasonally bring in Hank Ross.
Okay.
And then really one of the backbones of our office is Ann Barrett. Without her running the office, we wouldn't be able to do what we do.
Got it.
She keeps all the axles greased, all the wheels running.
Do you know how many restaurants we actually have here? You must have some figure.
The number jumps up and down, but it's I would say closer to the 200 number.
It is 200. Unbelievable. Yeah. And now you're going to have these mobile carts. Yes. They're going to be hot this year. Right?
They're going to be hot, but luckily the Board of Selectmen is entertaining, actually tonight, entertaining the limit on those carts.
Yep.
So if that goes well, which we believe it will be, we believe it will, and it's executed correctly, which Amy Baxter and Ann McKendry, they're amazing, and they really know what they're doing. We're really confident that it's going to work out well this summer. The mobile trucks, mobile food can become an issue, but I believe the town of Nantucket as a whole has really approached this issue correctly.
Well, they're popular now. You know, they're in other places, so you just got to make sure that. Do you guys you said you take care of the cigarettes too, right?
Yes.
Has the law changed recently on cigarettes? Did I hear recently that
there's movement. There's movement. It's
they're
not
breaking the age down. Is that
exactly? It's not that the law has changed. More so that certain states, certain towns, and certain counties across the country are adopting 21 as the minimum sales age. So Hawaii,
where it has been 18?
Where it has been 18.
Got
so
it.
For example, in Hawaii, you have to be 21 to buy cigarettes now, or any tobacco product.
Yeah, it's funny. I brought that up because I just saw a kid at Cumbies who wanted to was worried that he couldn't buy them.
Yeah,
and he was worried, and I said, well, what are you talking about? I mean, now's the time to quit anyway.
Exactly. Ultimately, the fight on tobacco as public health, that's one of our low-hanging fruits. Public health is winning the fight with tobacco. And ultimately, people need to understand, especially the youth, that these companies are targeting them.
Yeah.
They're targeting youth. So if we can get tobacco out of youth's hands, it's a big win for everybody.
I want to thank you. What do you do when you're not being a health inspector?
Ooh,
I always ask people that.
I can tell you in the winter it's been a little bit
your adjustment, right?
It's been a little interesting. We've become a real big fan of Netflix and the Athenaeum.
Okay. Okay.
I've been back to reading a lot. I'm really glad. I haven't been reading.
You'll be busy enough soon enough, right?
But yes, but in the summer
I hope you enjoy it here.
Oh, I love it.
Have the people been okay? I mean,
people have been great.
You know, sometimes it might. You might feel alone or something like that because you know you come from a city and there's so many people and
just it's been really great. The adjustment that's been really fun for us has been, we were always one of those people who just, oh man, I really wish I had that knife. Well, the mall is right down the corner. Let's go to Sur La Table and pick it up.
Yeah.
No, we can't do that.
Right.
Now you're waiting 3 days of, well, did I ever really need it? So we're saving a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true. You do save money.
And then we live so close to town. Like, we've been walking to work and access to the bike trails. People talk about...
How did you get housing, by the way?
Actually, through somebody that recommended us. So when I was first moving here, and I was telling Libby, you know, housing is hard. I was supposed to start in July.
Right. Okay.
And that was really hard. But luckily, a teacher was moving out of somebody's cottage, and they asked and said, we have somebody.
That was what I wanted to ask you before you go. One more question. The apartments.
Yes.
And do we have a timeline on, are we going to build apartments? Do you even know? Or is there any word on that at all?
I haven't heard
What
much.
is your thought about them?
I really do think we need something here.
Okay.
We
that
really
would help.
do need. It would help alleviate a lot of the housing issues.
Right.
The
overcrowding.
The overcrowding, and then just substandard housing in general.
Right.
When you have people living in unfinished basements with curtains between beds, getting charged $200 a week each bed.
I know.
That's not okay. That's not okay.
Wow. That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Well, look, I'm off to interview Izzy Stover. Have you heard about Izzy? He's doing the tiny houses.
Oh, okay.
He wants to bring tiny houses here.
All right.
So let's go find out about him.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks, buddy.
Not a problem.
Thank you. It was very nice to see you and actually have a conversation with you.
Absolutely. Let me know whenever you need anything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, Roberto.
Absolutely. Drive safely.
You bet. Bye-bye.